right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you, Carol. We're going to be doing a few things tonight, hopefully, depending on time. The first thing we're going to do is an accordion Z-fold card. It's been a hot minute since I've done a fun fold, so I thought it was time. And I thought, why not bring in some new product to play with? If you follow me, you'll know that I got this in my pre-order from the 2024-2025 annual catalog. It is a bundle. I did not get the dies yet, so we're just using the stamp tonight because I don't have the dies. And I do have the coordinating paper. So I am going to leave these measurements off to the side here. Hopefully you can still see that. And we are going to get started. So my card base tonight is basic white. And it measures 5.5 by 11. And I've scored it at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7. And what we're going to do is we are just going to fold it as if it was a regular card on the 7-inch score line. And then we're going to fold it back. And forward. And back again. All right, so this is what you're going to have. Pretty simple, right? All right. You can make this out of color. If you make it out of colored cardstock, you're going to need a white panel for the inside. But for tonight, I just decided to use white. Now, there is another base for this card, and it is 6 inches by 3 inches, and that is scored at 3. So you just have a little square card. All right. Super easy so far. Hey, Michelle, glad you could make it. I have 4 pieces of the country lace DSP, and I chose this beautiful blue color, and we are going to get those glued on. So I am just going to get my Tombow. Maybe I am. There we go. I didn't put my cover back on it after I used it last, so we may have a problem. We'll deal with that later. Let me find somewhere in here. I have a little bottle. There we go. We'll go this way. So these ones are, well, good gravy. You didn't know you were coming for a comedy show tonight, did you? These ones, I don't know whether I said it or not, are 1.5 by 5 1/4. Well, we're going to move on to another bottle. Let me just go to my drawer here. I know I have a new bottle right here. So, there we go. Ooh, now it's going to goosh. Sorry if you can hear the crazy dogs next door barking. We have another water main break here, and there's a lake on the front street. So all the commotion, and they leave their dogs outside a lot in the evenings, so they're just been barking their foolish head off. So we're just going to put these 4 panels centered on here. Isn't that pretty paper? Love it, love it, love it. Tomorrow is May 1st, so tomorrow is, well, I should say tonight, I will be placing the first order from the annual catalog. If anybody needs anything, let me know right away. And there is our 4th panel. Pretty easy, right? All right. Now, we are going to take this little card, and I thought we would put the peach. What's the new peach called? Oh, heavens to Bitsy. It is called, I don't have, you can just leave it there. Thanks, Mel. It is called, here they are. I don't have these new colors yet. Light peach pie. So it's peach pie. That's what this color is. And that is on the flip side of that blue paper. So this DSP is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we're just going to put this on here, like so. All right, pretty simple so far, right? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to center this on our card, and we're going to glue it right here. Okay, so I am just going to measure with my finger. I'll put some Tombow on there and just try to eyeball it as best you can, top to bottom. There we go. We'll just give that a second. And we're going to do the same thing on the back side. I think I'm going to have to shut my door because those dogs are driving me crazy. There we go. So far, so good, right? All right. Now, I have a piece of scrap white. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to shut my door. Just give me a second. I don't understand some people. There's a great big hole opened in the street. The water is pouring out of it, and there's parents out there with 2-year-old children letting them jump up and down on it. I don't know. I'm not too smart. Okay, so we're going to use this Country Flowers, and I think I want to do the stool or the table, whatever you want to call it, with the teapot and some flowers. As you can tell, I haven't even tried this one yet, so we will do this together. Stool and teapot and flowers. flowers right in front of me. Do you guys do that, everyone, when you're using clear stamps? Sometimes I just look at them going, where's the stamp? Where's the stamp? Where's the stamp? And it's right in front of my eyeballs. All right, we want some Memento Black. And we're going to do our stool first. And photopolymer. Let's get some cushion under here. I almost messed up. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Let's clean these as we go. Now I want this cute little teapot. And we're just going to set that right there. Perfect. And finally, our flowers. Now, I never thought, but this may be too tall for our little panel. We'll see what happens. I'm going to give this... It didn't seem to be inking well. That's a little better. All right. There we go. All right, let's get a lid on this. And I'm going to flip that over and give it a press, because there was one area there that was a little bit globby. And we will get some blends and get coloring. So, since we're using peach pie for the paper, I think we're going to use peach pie for some of these flowers. Not all of them, just some. And why don't we use the new Shy Shamrock for our green? And why don't we use Pretty in Pink for some more flowers? And let's get started with that. We'll start there. All right, I'm gonna go do these smaller flowers in the dark peach pie. Oh, it's so nice the first time you use a new blend marker. There we go. Oh, there's one more small one. All right. Now, I think this big flower here I'm going to do in light peach pie. Just so we have some different tones in there. I have to be careful around here because there's a lot of that dark ink and it might not be dry. There we go. All right. Now let's start with light, pretty, and pink for this flower. Now this card's not going to take us very long, so I've got another one set up and ready to go. And we're going to do something totally different. All right. This is some kind of a plant here. I don't know what it is. I guess it could have been a flower too, some kind of different flower, but in my mind it was a plant. So we are going to color this in the dark, Shy Shamrock. I love this green. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Now these other ones, oops, wrong end, we're going to do in light. And as these dry, the colors are going to change a little bit and they will lighten a little bit as well. Now let's figure this out. Would it be easier to use a stamp press when doing stamp layering like this? You can, Jackie, especially if you're doing multiples. The only problem is I find getting them on the plate and then getting them lined up. Like, I mean, you can lay it on here and then pick up your stamp, but I find I'm just peeling it off a lot. I prefer to do it this way, but everybody has their own thing. Far be it from me to say one way is better or not. So just try it and definitely have a go at it. Oh, I was going to do that in blue. Okay, we're going to do the stool in blue because I messed up. I got talking and forgot what I was doing. And you'll notice the stool, there's a line in the stool that's in the teapot. I knew that was going to be there. You could do masking if that line bothers you, but the way I placed that, it kind of looks like it's part of the bottom as well. All right, I want light misty moonlight. And we will do our stool. I don't know how many are here. I'm live in 2 places right now, and I can only monitor one. For those of you who have not heard, I am trying something different with my retired products this year. I am having 4 online sales starting next Wednesday, and it will be each Wednesday at 6:30. So it's going to be over in my Shel's Closet group. So please, if you're interested in some fabulous deals. Join me. Tomorrow is our first one. Tomorrow night at 6:30. And if anybody has any questions about that, just give me a shout. All right, now that was the easy part. Because I don't have the dies, I need to fussy cut this. However, after all of that, I may have to cut the stool off because I don't know if it's going to fit, but we're going to cut it out anyway. All right. This shouldn't be too terribly hard to fussy cut. The difference being the handle on the teapot, I'm sure would be cut much nicer with the dies. Let's get rid of that. And we'll go up in here. And I'm sorry, I know this is kind of a pain in the butt for you guys to sit and watch me fussy cut, but the dies will come. I'm sure the dies will come, just not right now. There we go. See how that misty moonlight is lightening up as it dries? The alcohol dissipates, it just lightens it up a little bit. All right. Now, let's see what kind of damage I can create here. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult, I don't think. I find the easiest way for fussy cutting is to kind of keep your blades straight and move your paper. I find that I get a little bit of a smoother cut that way. And a little more control, to be honest. There we go. Sorry, I was off camera there for a second. The old eyes aren't what they used to be. Anybody out there can relate? You would have laughed here if you had been here the other night. Oh my heavens. I was trying to read what it said on a medication bottle. And the print was so small that with my glasses on, I can't see anything without my glasses on, but with my glasses on, I couldn't read one word on it. So I got 2 pairs of glasses and I doubled up my glasses. If you could have seen me, I was laughing at me. It was ridiculous. I was finally able to read it, but it was a comedy show. All right, let's bring this in. Oh, I think it's going to be okay. Super cool. Now I'm wondering, I've done this. I think I'm going to change it up. I think I'm going to cut a piece of DSP for in here. I think it'd be pretty. Let me find this paper pack. And it can't be either of these two patterns. But what about that one? What do you think? The gray one or the beige one? Well, that's kind of a greeny beige. Or the blue. In the comments, put your preference. Blue, gray, or beige. And what my thought is I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to stamp a greeting on the DSP. So if I use the blue, I'll have to stamp the greeting. I think I kind of like the blue. Carol likes the gray. Okay, what about you, Jackie? Michelle, what do you think? Oh, we lost Michelle. All right. Carol says gray. We'll go with gray, Carol. 2 grays. It is unanimous. All right. So now I need that measurement, don't I? Let me find a ruler. Stamping on the fly. I just changed my mind mid. So this is 4, so it's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. No, by 5 1/4. Oh, that would have been bad. 3 3/4. Oh, come on now. Let's try that again. Three 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right. Let's pull it in here and have a peek. We can still change our mind if we so desire. Oh, ladies, I think that was the right call. I do think that was the right call. And I can stamp a greeting right here. So before we even put that together, I'm going to find the stamp set and we'll pick a greeting. Sending love, I think, is what I'm going to put right in there if it'll fit. Let's check it out. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's find a block and pick that up. And I am going to stamp this before I glue it, just in case I mess up. I don't want to glue it on the card and then have a catastrophe. All right. Cross your fingers. Sending love. All right, I'm happy with that. Now we can glue that down. See, if we had to, if I had messed up on the greeting, I could have used the other side. Wouldn't have looked as nice, but it would do in a pinch. Bueno. All right, now we have this little guy. Let's get some dimensionals. Now I'm going to cut down here so that I can put some of these on the legs. Just so that they're supported. Come on. Stick into my fingers. All right. Now we'll take some of these big ones and pop them around. Now I just need to make sure that I have to move this one. And I think I will cut a little tiny piece just to put on the spout. There we go. Let's get those paper backings off. Maybe. I have no fingernails whatsoever. And we will pop this in place. Bueno. And I think I'll write my greeting in there because I don't want to mess that up. All right, embellishment. So there is how it looks from the top view. Let's grab some embellishment. I have some in color shimmer gems. Why don't we use some of these? Because we can. All right, where's that bone folder? This is a very thick card because there's so many folds in it, but that's okay because it's pretty, right? Now I need pick tool. All right, so we have blues, grays. I think we're going to use a green one right there. And then maybe a peach one there. No, I don't like that one. We're going to stick with the green and peach. I'm going to put 5 on this card. Just to be different, because we can. Perfect. Gotta like that. Now, I do have some ribbon. New ribbon in the peach pie. What do you think? Should I or shouldn't I? I think I should. Let's try it. Cut that off, put that away, and we'll give it a whirl. Oh, I need my tweezers. I don't have enough hands. There we go. Maybe. Oh, which way am I going? This way, I think. I didn't put tape on this yet because I don't know for sure if I'm going to leave it there. I can put a couple glue dots underneath. I think that's okay. I'm going to do it. Glue dot. Let's get a glue dot or two. Oh, we're at the end of the roll almost. We're going to stick one under the knot. And we will stick one under there, just so it doesn't go all crazy and stays in place. And one there, and I'm just going to put one on the back side as well, just so it doesn't slide around, because this top and bottom maybe. There we have it. What do you think? Those are so sparkly, those shimmer gems. I like it. Something different, eh? So that is our first card for tonight. Let me get some of this stuff put away, and I will grab our last ones. Now, this next card is a technique that we have done before, but it's a good one. So I thought I would share the technique again using different products than I have used before. All right. Garbage out of the way. That can get out of the way. This can go away, and I think we are good to go. Let me have a little sip of water. All right, let's put these stamps away before I forget and lose one. That would be a terrible thing. Oh, we're halfway there. We might as well just do it. There we go. Peel off that. And we'll get the rest of these on here. There we go. Is this set on anybody's wish list? I love the whole suite. I just couldn't get it all at once. So There we go. All tucked away. Good to go. Now, our next card is going to start with a sheet of basic white cardstock. And we're going to take a ruler and a pencil. It's on yours, is it, Carol? Yeah, it's nice. And we are going to measure the center point. So 8.5 is 4 1/4, and we're just making a little light line, top and bottom. 4 1/4, and we are going to join those two lines. Super light. We just need to have a guideline. Now we are going to go 5.5, 5.5, not 6.5, and 5.5 again. And same thing, we are going to join those two lines just lightly. Now, I don't know whether the camera is picking that up or not, but I can see them. I have a vertical and a horizontal line. All right, the stamp set I am using for this card is the Tearful Daisies. I was so happy that this one carried over. I love this bundle. And I have brought in a whole whack, and I mean a whole whack, of inks and stamps. So we're going to start with our largest stamp first, and Daffodil Delight. And I am going to stamp some flowers. And I'm going to stamp one somewhere right there. Oh no! I didn't have a mat under there. Now, can I see through it well enough to fix it? That's not right. There it is. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's a little blurry, but that's okay. We're going with it. This is going to be very abstract anyway, so we are just going with it. And what we're going to do is just stamp these flowers along these lines on both sides. Missed there too, but that's okay. We're just going to leave it. And we'll do a couple more. One there. And one down here. So there's our big flowers. All right, we will close up this ink pad. And now we're going to bring in Jackie, have you ever done this technique before? This is early espresso, and we're just going to fill in our centers. With the early espresso. All right. A slight breeze moved the daisy. There you go. All right, now I want this daisy, and we're going to go with Gorgeous Grape. How bright is that going to be? And I'm just going to ink up that. And where's my pad? Boom, right there. And right there. And we're just going to fill in here and there. And I see that I'm getting ink on the block. So let's clean that off and try to be a little more careful. Let's put one here. I did it again. I think that's good for now. I might come back to that one, you never know. I have a lot more colors here. All right, I have these little guys. I'm going to use those for fill-ins. Let's go Melon Mambo. And these ones are just gonna do the same thing. Fill in these areas. I'm going to put one right there. And they can overlap a little bit. Right there. Try to cover up that purple. Yep, I was successful. I'm going to cover this purple. And then I'll put down here at the bottom. And maybe where? I need more up at the top here somehow. Let's just do a partial one. Right there. I think I'm going to have to do another one there because I got a blob. All right, I think that ink pad needs re-inked as well. That didn't help a whole lot. Now we're going to move on to Flirty Flamingo. And let's fill in. Ugh. Do you see what I just did? There's no way I'm going to line that up. So we're just going to leave it. Oops, I'm off the edge of the pad. Oh, there's another one blowing in the wind, Jackie. Right here. Right here. Right here. All right, I think we'll stop there and grab some green. And oh, we should fill in our flowers too. I think our pink flowers we're going to fill in with Daffodil Delight. Oops. My aim's not very good, is it? I got a little smudge there that's bothering me, but I'm sure once we get this all done and cut apart, it will be absolutely fine. I think I got them all. All right, I have brought in Old Olive for some leaves. Now I'm going to get rid of this. And this is going to cover up a whole bunch of oopsies. Oh, I didn't do my... Oh, I need to color in the top of these daisies. So, I think I'm going to use melon. Because there's a whole lot of yellow happening there. So, all the purple ones will get a melon center. There we go. Oops, missed one. All right, back to my leaves. Let's see what we can do. I'll put one there, one there, one there, and right where this oopsie is, we'll just cover it up. Oh, that could have been disastrous. Let's see if I can fix it. Look at that. And maybe one going this way. And that didn't stamp right. Basically, you just keep filling this in until you're happy with it. Maybe something here. Down here is sorely lacking green. Oops. And one there. And I think I'm going to call it a day. All right, let's clean that stamp, and we'll just stack these all over here out of the way and close up this ink pad. Now, another nice thing that you can do with this is you can add some splotches if you like if you had like a little tiny dotty stamp. I'm not going to do that tonight because this is going on quite long. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put this in the paper trimmer and we are going to cut it 4 1/4. And then we are going to turn it and cut it at 5.5. I can get my paper trimmer in here, right? And what this is doing is going to give us 4 card fronts. Now I like to cut mine down again. So I'll look at this and see how I want to put it on a card. Okay, so I think this one will go this way. So I'm going to cut this down to, there's a little smuts on there, so I am going to cut that off at 3 3/4. So this has to be 5, and this is a little faded one, so I'm going to cut it off that edge. And you guys just be the judge. One more missed. Uh-oh, did I miss one? Oh, I see it. Thanks, Jackie. I see it. Let me grab the ink pad. I didn't catch it. Right there. All right. So I've cut that one down. This one, this smudge bothers me. It bothers me. Could I overlap a flower? Of course I could. I have the technology. So let's do it. I will just do a pink flower coming in from the side. Look at that. What mistake. All right. All right, so this one looks pretty good now. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so that's 2. This one has a little smudge here, but I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. I'm going to cut this one 5 1/4 by 4. And hopefully when I put greetings on, I will be able to. Now this one has lots of flowers happening. So we'll go 5 1/4 by 4. All right, we have 4 card fronts that are bright and beautiful, and a pile of mess. And I have 4 card bases, and we are these are simply card bases that were leftovers in my drawer. I've obviously made cards, and this is the other half of the cardstock. I have 2 in Old Olive, 1 in Melon Mambo, and 1 in Flirty Flamingo. And those are all colors that we used to stamp our flowers. And final base. Now, I think I am going to use my Stamparatus and Good Feelings. I think I'm going to use the big thank you and my Stamparatus. Now, I moved everything around when I was going through this craft room. So, this one is going to be a horizontal card. So, I'm going to need that piece of plastic for a minute to see if I can get this lined up straight. And I don't know if you've seen this trick. When you use your stamp positioner, just put a sheet of acetate in there and see if you can, if you have your stamp lined up straight. Basically what you're doing is stamping down on your acetate and hold it in position, and that's what it's going to look like on your card. And I'm happy with that. So we'll just re-ink and stamp our greeting. All right, there's one. Now this one, is going to be that's not going to work for this one because I want to cover up that little mess. And this one I'd like to do vertically. So let's see if we can get this lined up. Yep, I think that'll work. Perfect. And this one. I think I'm going to change the greeting for these last two. They're a little bit smaller. So let's take a smaller greeting. How about celebrate? It's bold. This is from Softly Said. This is an online exclusive. So I'm going to pop that on there. And stamp it down. Now this one here, there's texture in the stamp. I don't know whether the camera is picking that up or not. There's actually texture in the stamp. And then this one, we need to fix. So let me clean this stamp, because I want to line that up with that smudge, if I can. I'm hoping. If not, it will look like confetti. Pink confetti. Fingers crossed. Oh, we missed by just a little wee bit, but that's okay. All right, we have our greetings. Let's get these together. Card bases, where did you go? Oh, here you are. All right, horizontal. Oh, that's pretty. That old olive was a good choice. That one's got lots of pink on it, so let's put that on there. And I think I prefer the old olive bases, but once again, I was using, oops, let's put them together properly. I was using what I already had cut. Make sure they're going in the right direction, and we will get them on here. Now you can dress these up as much or as little as you want. You can add ribbon, you can add bling. I don't think I'm going to add any ribbon. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of bling. So I also have some inside panels done here. And once again, I just went with scraps that I had. So they're all going to be different sizes on the inside, but that's okay. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. I just had an idea. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, because I cut that one down so small, because of the smudge I had on it, it gives me an opportunity to add a matte layer. So, I am going to grab a piece of basic black and I'm going to mat it 5 inches by 3 3/4. I don't think that's right. I think that's the same size. Yeah, it is. I messed up. So 4 by 5 1/4 is what I need. 5 1/4. There we go. Now watch the magic happen here. Yeah, it's just something that you have to try, Carol. You just have to jump in. It was scary the first time I did it. I thought, what the heck? Look at the pop. See what just adding that extra layer, that black just pops. So we will get this layered up. And then we will embellish it. Oh, because I can, I am going to take a piece of, what do I have? Don't have any purple ribbon. I must have old olive. Oh, I do. Let's use this old olive and let's just make this one different than the others. I'm going to cut this like so, and we are going to find some skinny tape. And then this is skinny. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to pop that right around there. and wrap it around the back. And we're going to put our ribbon on there. We'll dress just this one all up really pretty. And boom, I guess I had lots of ribbon. Now, we might as well use dimensionals to put this on, seeing as we're going whole hog. It really is so easy to dress cards up or just keep them simple. I mean, sometimes simple is best, I think, but there are times when you want them to be dressed up a little more. Now this one would have looked really nice with even a black bow, but I'm going to make a old olive one, and we'll see how it looks. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We need glue dots back again. All right. Oops, that's going to show. Let's tuck that in behind. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty. Now we have to roll these glue dots up a little bit because this ribbon isn't very wide. One more to go. Fold that over. There we go. Now we just need some embellishments. What are we going to use for embellishments? What do I have? Oh, I gotta lift this over here so I can see. Well, a couple of them. We can use brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times fast. This one has a few little areas that has smudges. So these butterflies are going to help me out there. Let's just cut down the side of this package so we can get into it. One more. Well, still won't pull out, so I'll just sneak in and get another one. There's that one. Covered up all my smudges. All right. There's smudges here too, so let's do the same thing here. I'll put a little guy on the smudge and a couple of bigger ones up here. So there's that one. And let's find a different embellishment for these other cards. Let's try something. that's not going to work. I have some purple gems. I bet you that'll work, as we have those gorgeous grape flowers. Let's put a few of these in here. 1, 2, 3. There's that one. And this one, I am going to go with just rhinestones, I think, because that one has a lot happening. Where are we? Rhinestone basic jewels. And we'll just put one there. One there. And one there. Isn't that pretty? So that is how you just take a sheet of cardstock, and it's a type of one sheet wonder, and you can do it with flowers, you can do it with leaves, you can do it with whatever stamps you want. It's just pretty if you have multiple colors, I think. I've done one once that I did all in greens, different shades of green with just plants, and it was pretty, but it wasn't as pretty as with multicolored flowers. All right, so there is our 3, and then our fun fold that we did earlier with the country flowers. Super, super simple, but cute. You know, it's a wow when somebody gets that in the mail, right? All right, thank you, my friends, for popping in tonight. I hope, yes, Carol, they are flying up. Check them out. They're all going up. Anyway, I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. If you're interested in some good deals, pop on in and see what I have tomorrow night. All right, bye-bye for now. Thanks for stopping by.